Hi, I'm Janelle Johnson, and I am joined now with Eric Gewirtzman of Bolt Solutions, and he is here to talk about comparison in the insurance industry. Hi, Eric. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Great. Now, like I said, we're talking about comparison. Exactly what is comparison in the insurance industry?
Well, there's different approaches to comparison. On the one side of the spectrum, you have a consumer coming to a website. They put in their information and they get multiple proposals from multiple companies in some sort of table fashion that they can actually compare. But there are other approaches to it. There are entities that will take a consumer in, provide their own product, but then as an ancillary product, so if it's an auto writer as an example, and they want to bundle the policy with a homeowner's policy, they would offer in comparison mode different carriers' products so that they can retain the customer ownership and make sure that the experience is a one-stop shop. So different approaches, but the concept is basically enter information once, get multiple proposals, and allow the consumer, sometimes in a guided fashion, to select the best product for their specific situation.
Now, how has that been growing? Because sometimes the insurance industry isn't always quick to adopt new technology.
Well, I don't know that it's new technology per se. Real-time rating has been around with comparison raters or real-time raters for many years now on the agent side. I think what's the dramatic shift that's happening now is that insurance, a laggard compared to other industries, is now starting to wake up to the realization that consumers are looking to buy in a different way. And the power is shifting from, in the past, the carrier a little bit more towards the consumer side. So I don't think it's an evolution versus a revolution. And carriers need to get on board to figure out what their strategy is. And we just had a session in the Innovation Center where we talked about this. It's not just a tech solution. The tech exists. There are problems that need to get solved, but it's first and foremost a business decision and a decision on how you want to embrace the comparison model and how you want to make it the best benefit for you as a carrier, and then the technology will follow that lead. So I think that's basically what's happening.
So you're saying the first step is have a plan of action?
Absolutely. Comparison is happening. You need to play in it. Now, how you need to play in it is a big question. Amazon is playing in comparison, very different than the way eBay played in comparison or other shopping sites played in comparison. And some would argue that the Amazon way actually won and prevailed. So they were early in the comparison game, but they embraced it in a way that wasn't the traditional way that someone would view comparison or comparison retail shopping in the past. So same thing I think will happen in insurance. The early adopters need to learn what works for them, how it fits with their strategy and their different channels of distribution, and then learn, improve, and then there'll be winners and there'll be losers, like in every other industry and in every other race.
So what's the one key takeaway people should know about comparison?
I would say embrace it and understand that there's not necessarily one way. You use the term comparison as one term. It's not necessarily a channel. It is more of a function, and you as a carrier need to decide how you want to embrace that function and how you can use comparison to basically emphasize your strengths. One of the questions I was asked at the panel is this going to be a benefit to the big name brands or the smaller carriers? And my answer was, just like I'm going to say now, the answer is yes. There are advantages to smaller players in comparison. There are huge advantages to larger players in comparison. You just need to formulate a strategy and execute around a strategy that actually wins in comparison.
Great. Thank you, Eric, so much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, and thanks for watching.